Full story, biography, powers, and abilities of Mei, the frost scientist of Overwatch Mei. A name that resonates with hope, resilience, and the power of ice. Known as Dr. Mei-Ling Zhou, she is one of the most recognizable heroes in Blizzard Entertainment's Overwatch franchise, a brilliant climatologist who uses her scientific prowess to protect the planet. Full name: Dr. Mei-Ling Zhou. Nationality: Chinese. Occupation: climatologist and adventure. Affiliation: Overwatch, formerly EcoPoint. Antarctica role: Damage hero. Mei hails from Xi'an, China. She was originally a respected scientist specializing in climate studies and worked with Overwatch's climatology monitoring station at EcoPoint, Antarctica. Her mission was to investigate the planet's rapid climate changes, which were threatening both the environment and human populations across the globe. However, disaster struck when an unexpected and catastrophic storm stranded Mei and her team at the research station, cutting them off from the outside world. As supplies dwindled and their chances of rescue grew slim, Mei and her fellow scientists entered cryogenic hibernation to wait for help. Years passed, and the world forgot about EcoPoint. Antarctica. Miraculously, Mei became the sole survivor after her cryogenic pod malfunctioned, waking her many years later into a drastically changed world. Overwatch had disbanded, the climate crisis had worsened, and her team was gone. Determined not to let their work go to waste, Mei repaired her environmental drone, Snowball, and set out on a mission to continue their research and save the world herself. Personality and traits: Mei is optimistic, cheerful, and endlessly resilient. Despite the hardships she endured, she maintains a warm and friendly demeanor, always looking to inspire hope and kindness wherever she goes. Her bright personality often masks her underlying sadness over the loss of her team and her own isolation from the modern world. Nevertheless, she remains focused on protecting the environment and fighting for a better future. Mei's curiosity, intelligence, and determination make her a beloved figure within the Overwatch universe. She has a strong connection with her drone companion, Snowball, who often provides comic relief and emotional support during her missions. Before Overwatch's fall, Mei worked as a pioneering climatologist under the Overwatch banner. She helped monitor extreme weather patterns and investigate the environmental effects of unchecked global industry and warfare. Her research was crucial in uncovering how certain corporations were exploiting and accelerating climate damage, putting the entire planet at risk. The tragedy at EcoPoint. Antarctica. When a massive polar storm struck the EcoPoint research station, Mei and her team became trapped with no way to escape. With communications down and no rescue in sight, the team entered cryostasis as a last-ditch effort to survive. Years later, Mei's cryo chamber malfunctioned, and she awoke to a desolate, abandoned station, her team lost to the frozen void of time. Realizing that the world needed her research now more than ever, Mei took it upon herself to carry on their legacy. Rejoining the fight, Mei's journey was spotlighted in the animated short film Rise and Shine, where her emotional awakening and resolve to continue her mission were shown in heartbreaking detail. She eventually reunited with Overwatch operatives such as Winston and became an active combatant in their efforts to bring peace and stability to the world once again. Modern-day missions in Overwatch's ongoing lore. Mei participates in operations against emerging threats like the Omnics, global crime syndicates, and rogue organizations such as Talon. Her focus remains on environmental protection, but she doesn't hesitate to wield her unique powers in battle to defend innocents and combat dangerous forces threatening the planet. Powers and abilities. Though Mei was not born with superhuman powers, her brilliance in technology and climate science allowed her to develop advanced tools that give her unparalleled control over ice and cold. She wields a highly specialized weapon called the Endothermic Blaster and utilizes climate manipulation technology to freeze foes and reshape the battlefield. Primary weapon: Endothermic Blaster. Freeze Stream. Fires a short-range spray of icy mist that slows enemies and eventually freezes them solid, leaving them vulnerable to attacks. Icicle Shots. Mei can launch long-range, icicle-like projectiles that deal high damage to distant enemies, acting as a precise secondary fire mode. Abilities: Cryo Freeze. Mei encases herself in a solid block of ice, making her invulnerable to damage and rapidly healing her injuries. It also cleanses negative effects, allowing her to escape dangerous situations. Ice Wall. Mei generates a massive wall of ice that blocks enemy movement and vision, creates barriers for her team, or allows her to reach elevated positions. The wall can be placed at any angle and can be destroyed or allowed to expire naturally. Ultimate ability, Blizzard. Mei unleashes her drone Snowball, who creates a fierce localized snowstorm in the target area. Enemies caught within the blizzard are slowed dramatically and eventually frozen, leaving them completely defenseless. This devastating ability can lock down entire areas and turn the tide of battle instantly. Passive traits. Environmental manipulation. Mei excels at controlling the battlefield, creating obstacles, and isolating enemies from their teams. Survivability. Her healing and defensive abilities make her surprisingly durable for a damage-dealing hero. Combat strategy. Mei's abilities allow her to shut down aggressive enemies by freezing them, protect herself and allies using ice walls and cryo-freeze, create choke points and defensive strongholds, punish overextended foes with precise long-range icicles, enemies and rivals. Mei often clashes with ruthless organizations such as Talon, as well as industrial corporations that continue to exploit Earth's resources without care for the environment. She has a particularly strong adversarial relationship with those who dismiss or ignore the threat of climate change. Legacy and impact. Mei has become a fan-favorite hero in the Overwatch community, admired for her heartwarming personality, distinctive playstyle, and inspiring story. She represents themes of environmental protection, perseverance, and scientific hope. Her iconic voice lines, such as "The world is worth fighting for," and her cheerful laughter have left a lasting impact on players around the world. Mei also serves as a positive representation of Asian characters in gaming, particularly through her Chinese heritage, and her story of personal loss and resilience resonates deeply with fans in both Overwatch and Overwatch 2. Mei remains a powerful and iconic figure, both in lore and in gameplay. Mei is not just a hero with ice powers. She's a symbol of hope, determination, and the will to keep moving forward, even when everything seems lost. Her journey from a humble scientist to a world-saving adventurer teaches us that even in the darkest storms, we can rise again, armed with courage, compassion, and the belief that the world is still worth saving. Through her brilliant mind, unwavering heart, and mastery of Frost, Mei reminds us all that no matter how cold the world may seem, warmth, kindness, and bravery can always shine through. Our world is worth fighting for, and Mei will always stand at the front lines to protect it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more legendary character stories.